I'm trying to think of a good intro. Nothing's coming to me. I don't know what I'm doing. Ant-Man 3, Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Here we go. We're talking about it. I'll join the discussion, the uproar online. Here's a surprising thing to tell you. I didn't hate this movie at all. Wasn't even close to it. I find it truly amazing this movie is getting the hate it's getting. Of all the things Marvel has done, for this to be getting bashed by critics, Rotten Tomatoes, all the videos I've seen, this of all things, it's harmless. It's just a harmless Ant-Man movie. And people are so angry. I don't understand. It wasn't that bad. Here are my quick thoughts to why I will give the review a positive, okay? It was fun. There were fun moments to be had. I laughed throughout. You know, some of the humor was shocking. Some of it was okay. Some of it was good. You know, there was never a really, truly great thing to laugh at, except for this guy. But it was fun throughout. Some of the special effects were cool. Some of the action was cool. I really liked the fight at the end. Ant-Man and Kang face-to-face fist fight. I really liked that, and I'll get back to that. I thought that was white-knuckled. I was actually like holding my fist watching it, going, ooh, because I really thought they might have killed Ant-Man. Spoilers, by the way. I like that. I did, for the most part, like Kang as a villain, but I've got to talk more about him too. And that's really all I liked. I was there, I watched the movie, I enjoyed my time in the cinema, and I walked out. That's it. Here's a confession. If I go to watch movies by myself, I'm far more critical. When I go with friends, I usually enjoy a movie, even if it's a bad movie. So I watched this with friends and had a good time. Now, let's get into the more in-depth stuff. Spoilers again!
Ants! Ants! Ant-Man!
I took some notes, things I really wanted to talk about, on my phone before I forgot them. So I'm just gonna go over this list first. Now, I want you, if you watch this movie after seeing this video, count the amount of times Ant-Man, the Wasp, his daughter, take their helmets off and on. That sound effect. Constantly. Helmet off. As soon as they're standing still, helmet off. Helmet on during action. So that they can just CGI a suit because they don't have to worry about the actor. Then the actor's on the green screen set, helmet off. That probably happened 100 times in the movie, and I'm not exaggerating. It would be up there. Constantly, man. I found that really annoying. I haven't seen anyone else mention that, but I just wanted to mention it myself. There was another thing that really annoyed me. The amount of times people in this movie were captured and then were able to just hit the guard next to them and escape their capture. I reckon that happened about 5 times, and I was like, come on. Really annoying stuff. Really amateur, lazy stuff too. Really annoying me. I don't know how many times that happened, but like the last point, if you watch this after seeing this video, tell me. I'd like to know. The suits, they're not sealed anymore, and this specifically talks to the daughter character, Cassie. Her suit, I was watching, she was wearing like sneakers on her feet, not boots or, you know, nothing connected to the suit. And she was still shrinking and going big, but the suit needs to be sealed. I haven't seen the first Ant-Man in a long time, but I'm pretty sure a big part of that was the suit is very important. You can't just go really small and really big like that and take your helmet off or not have your suit sealed, you know what I mean? Actually, speaking on that, yes, when they're really little, they're taking their helmets off. You don't even think about it, but they're so small during the whole movie. And they got their helmets off. What are they breathing? Okay, that's a nitpicky. I get that. I'm getting into nitpick territory, but it's true. You know, the quantum realm, and what is the quantum realm? How do they have resources? How do they have technology down there? How do they have alcohol? Like, what is the quantum realm? Is it another actual dimension, or is it truly just really, 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 really tiny? I don't understand. And it's like, you know how small things are? Is there a galaxy here in the quantum realm and a galaxy over here? So how do you map that out? Can you only go into the quantum realm localized to where you are as a normal sized person? The science and around that, I just wish things were clearer, because that's what I spend my whole time thinking. I'm like, what is, how, who, what, when, Regardless, I accept it. Whatever. There are 3 things left I want to talk about, which will encompass all the good and bad of this movie. And I want to start with Cassie, Scott's daughter. What an unlikable, terrible character. She's one of these, she's one of these characters, and Marvel do it all the time now, where nothing is taken seriously. She has this half-cocked, smart-ass smirk on her face the entire movie, takes nothing seriously, doesn't know how to fight, but then somehow manages to beat up one of the villains, knows how to use a suit, has a suit first of all, like, doesn't get injured, doesn't feel anything, just joking, you know. The lack of stakes in Marvel movies now is truly starting to become annoying. Now, there's a common thing I see people say to defend these movies. They're kids' movies. It's a comic book movie. It's a comic book movie. It's an Ant-Man movie. Why do you care? It's Ant-Man. Movies in general, if there's no tension, stakes, drama, no one gives a fuck. Now, I was a kid once. Still am, mentally. But even as a young child, I was smart enough to know when something was good and when something was bad. And when something was mature, I could see it and handle it and process it. Kids are not that fucking stupid. Kids are not that inept, okay? Think about, here's a good example, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2. I was 4 when I saw the first one, 6 when I saw the second one. They have some very mature, deep adult themes in those movies. A lot of violence, you know, all this stuff. But even watching those movies as an adult, they're fantastic because they have stakes and drama. Kids don't know what they're missing out on these days. Like, just imagine if this movie took itself just a little bit seriously. There would be some good things to be had here, but they just wasted, you know? And no one's praising it. It's probably not going to do that well at the box office, so Marvel, you are your own worst enemy, really. Where was I? So we talked about Cassie. Let's talk about the big head in the room. Modok. What were they thinking? What were they thinking? First of all, comic accurate can get fucked, okay? There's a reason comics are comics and movies are movies. This big-headed, stupid-looking fucking guy, you can't take that seriously in a movie. Fuck it off, okay? And this thing that they did in the movie just looked dreadful and stupid. Me and my friends were laughing every single time he was in the movie. Every single time. Just stupid. What were they thinking? Just so dumb. You know, remember when movies were like, remember the first Iron Man, how grounded and badass that movie was? Bring that sort of realism back. Bring it back. Have a guy called Modok Just don't make his head that big. Don't show me his little button legs being pulled out of a pool of water. Like, what are you doing? So stupid. Okay, and last thing I want to talk about is Kang. This guy is getting a lot of praise. I mean, universally, people are saying the same thing. The movie's not good. Modok sucks. Kang is awesome. I don't think he's awesome. I think he's far from awesome. There's a few things. First of all, am I the only one that can't understand Jonathan Majors, the actor that plays Kang, all the time? He speaks so softly and has a bit of a lisp. It's just kind of hard to understand him. So there's that. There's also the fact that he's not very intimidating. He is when he's physical, yes. But just presence-wise, he's got presence, but he's not intimidating, you know, like, it's hard to explain. I'm just not scared of him like you would be like Thanos. Apparently this guy's the new big guy. You're gonna have to do better than Thanos. Good luck. So there's that. You don't understand who he is, what he's after, really. It's just a lot of mysterious way of speaking around things, you know? So there's a lack of motivation from him. He's stuck in the quantum realm for 30 years, doesn't age, but Janet did. I don't understand that. They don't explain that. He's built this empire. They don't explain that. In 30 years you did that. Okay, sure. His fight scene was great. He's very good at physical, and he's in Creed 3. Jonathan Majors coming up. Looks cool. He looks like a good villain. But in this, no. And I think that just comes down to writing and direction. Not him. It's not his fault. He did very good with what he had, but it's still lacking. And they sort of kill him off in the end. But then the credits scene, they bring back, 200 other Kangs, and you're like, well, are we just gonna get a different one each time he shows up? Or are we gonna have one throughout? How are you meant to connect to anyone if they're all just different all the time? Really weird. And yeah, like I was saying, my favorite part of the whole movie was the ending when he's fighting Scott. And he's not even fighting Scott. He's beating him up. He's sort of smiling, knowing you're nothing, and Scott's getting his ass kicked. And I thought they would have killed Ant-Man there. That would have been bold. I would have been all in on this movie if they did that. If they had the balls to kill him, I would have been like, whoa, okay. Or if they killed Michael Douglas, who's barely in the movie, just kill Michael Douglas. We'll feel something. It's Michael Douglas. Kill the Wasp. Do something. I thought they were going to get stuck in the quantum realm at the end, and I would have been like, well, that's a cool way to end the movie. Now they've sort of sacrificed themselves. Now they're stuck down here. What's going to happen next? Cool. Interesting. But they don't do that. The movie just goes 360. We're back where we started. Nothing's changed. Characters haven't changed, really. Some, interpersonal relationships change, but that's it. It's just shit. I know, I started this video off saying it wasn't that bad, but it is shit. The more I think about it, the worse it gets. So I might stop thinking about it. It's by far not the worst thing Marvel's done, not even close. It's nowhere near the best either. And if this is their start to Phase 5, their big introduction to Kang the Conqueror, well, who cares? Kang the Conqueror got beaten by ants.
Ants!
My man was talking about killing Thor and the Avengers. He got beat by ants. Ants! Man got dragged away by ants. And we're supposed to believe he's anything to compare with Thanos? Please! Give me a break. I don't have a funny outro today. That's the video. Hope you enjoyed it. What did you think about Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania? I just want a really good Marvel movie. I'm looking very forward to Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I love the first two. For some reason, they both have a moment in each where it just resonates with me. Really emotional, and this one, by the trailers, it looks really good, and I hope it delivers. In my opinion, we have not had a good Marvel anything since Endgame. The TV shows all suck. The movies have all sucked. I mean, except for No Way Home. I forgot about No Way Home. That's a good movie. I'm talking too long. Go away. Bye-bye now.